Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, good night for you all that watch this video. As you can see the title of this video, I would like to tell you all about one of the part of speech, verb. But beside that, I would like to explain to you all, adding the explanation about gerund. So without any further ado, let's get started. Verb and Gerund by Nadiya Khoirunnisa. Hi guys, okay, as you can see on your screen, the first slide here is about content of this video. We will learn about three things here. The first thing is the definition, second is the function, and the third is kinds of verb and gerund. We're going to the first content here, the definition. We have two definitions here, verb and gerund. We're going to the verb first, okay? From Cambridge Dictionary, verb is a word or phrase that describes an action, condition, or experience. And gerund is a word ending in ing that is made from a verb and used as noun. And the next one is the function. Here we have two functions, the function of verb and the function of gerund. What is the function of verb? The function of verb is to show what the subject is doing or feeling, even if they're just existing. Verbs are also the only type of word that's absolutely necessary to make a sentence. Besides that, gerund, the function of gerund is the subject as the subject of the sentence, the direct object, or as the subject complement. They can also act as an object of a preposition. Okay, the next one is kinds of verb. The kinds of verb, the first kind of verb is dynamic and static verbs. The first one is dynamic verb. What is dynamic verb? Dynamic verb is a verb used primarily to indicate an action, process, sensation as opposed to a state, also called an action verb or an event verb. The example, I eat rice every day. I become a subject, eat become a verb, rice become an object, and every day become a complement. Eat here become a verb. What kind of verb here? Dynamic verb. Why did it called dynamic? Because it is like a verb that indicate an action here. You have an action here. Like you eat rice. I eat rice. It is like show you the action. So it is become a dynamic verb because this verb show us the action. Next is stative verb. Stative verb is a verb used primarily to describe a state of being I am or situation I have. It's how showing is feels or appears. The example, I have a toy. I become a subject. Have become a verb. Toy become an object. Have it's a verb, the stative verb. Why it calls stative verb? Because beside or the opposite from the dynamic verb is like an action, but the stative verb is like more feeling. You cannot action it, but you have it. Like it's like an abstract, like you feel it. An action, you can see it, but if stative verb, you can't see it, but you can feel it. The next one kinds of verb is transitive and intransitive verb. Transitive verb is a verb that only makes sense if you add an object. The example, I am reading a book. I am become a subject, reading become a verb, a book become an object. This is a perfect sentence because there is subject, verb, and object. But if you erase the object, just I am reading, you will not understand what this sentence means. It's like not a perfect sentence. Like I'm reading, just what you're reading, what do you reading, what are you reading? It's like not a perfect sentence. That means transitive verb is must. You have to and you must to add an object. So I'm reading a book. It's like a perfect sentence and you will know and you will understand this sentence means. Intransitive verb. Intransitive verb is a verb that indicates a complete action without being accompanied by a direct object. The example, I cannot sleep. Just you know the meaning it. You know the behind meaning of this sentence. Padahal tidak ada objek di belakangnya, tapi kalian akan mengerti. Kalian mengerti I cannot sleep, aku tidak bisa tidur. Seperti itu. The last kinds of verb is linking verb. Linking verb is a word or expression that links a subject with its predicate or is, am, are. The example, I am student. I become a subject, am become a verb, student become an object, am become a verb. What kind of verb here? It's linking verb. So I'm a student, it's a perfect sentence because it's contain the subject, verb, and object. The next one is she is doctor. She become a subject, is become a verb, linking verb. Doctor become an object. The next one, he is handsome. He become a subject, is become a verb, linking verb. Handsome become an object. Okay, next is kinds of gerund. The first kind of gerund here is gerund as subject. What is gerund as subject? Gerund as subject is the gerund when the gerund is performing the action in the sentence. It's functioning as the subject. Example, playing guitar is my hobby. Playing is a gerund. Gerund yang terletak di awal menjadi subjek. Jadi, playing guitar is my hobby is a gerund as subject. It's kind of gerund as subject. Begitu pula dengan contoh yang kedua itu swimming is the best sport. Swimming as gerund terletak di awal kalimat menjadi subjek. So, swimming is the best sport is kind of gerund as subject. The next one is gerund after preposition. We arrived in Jember after driving all night. I want to ask you, where is the gerund here? Yup, the gerund is after. We arrived in Jember after driving all night. So, the gerund terletak setelah preposition. Ini adalah contoh dari kinds of gerund yang kedua, yaitu gerund after preposition. Contoh yang kedua itu after waking up, I go to the bathroom. Preposisinya sama di sini, yaitu after. After waking up, I go to the bathroom. Setelah preposition, ada gerund yaitu waking. Jadi, after waking up, I go to the bathroom. It's a kind of gerund yaitu gerund after preposition. The last kind of gerund is gerund followed by verb. But by the way, not all verbs can be followed by gerund. And here's the verb an example that can be followed by gerund. Sebenarnya banyak verb yang bisa diikuti oleh gerund, tapi di sini saya hanya mencontohkan 3. Yang pertama itu admit. Andy was embarrassed to admit making a mistake. Admit, setelah admit ada gerund yaitu making. Contoh selanjutnya itu bear. I wish you shouldn't eat so fast. I cannot bear watching her. Bear diikuti gerund yaitu watching. Selanjutnya itu complete. She complete drawing his picture. Complete adalah verb. Setelahnya diikuti oleh gerund yaitu drawing. So she complete drawing his picture is the last example of kinds of gerund followed by verb. That's all for me. Thank you very much for attention. See you on the next video. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.